I realize this must be really hard for you. Miss Fletcher? Oh, forgive me for staring. On numerous occasions, Clint had pointed out the striking resemblance between us, but I had no idea that sitting across from you would be like looking into a mirror. I feel as if I'm talking to myself. Yes, I know. Clint told me yesterday how very like each other we are. He also told me how very drawn he is to you. No, I am to blame for Clint's affection for me. Much to my shame, I made myself available to him. But I promise you, it was only after I realized that it would be quite impossible for him to ever return to his family. Nobody's to blame. Clint traveling back 100 years in time. It's not exactly an everyday occurrence, is it? You are very kind, but I do hope that you understand I was not attempting to steal him from you. I know all too well how it feels to have been in love with a man only to have him taken from your life. Randolph Lord? Yes, Randolph. Although it seems a lifetime ago that we were happy and in love. But it was simply not meant to be. Duty demanded that I stop seeing him, and so I resigned myself at that point to leading a spinster's life. It must have hurt you very deeply to be that close to happiness and then to lose it all. Yes, very much so. Which is why I would never knowingly inflict such suffering upon another woman. Please believe me when I tell you that if I had thought for a moment that there was any chance that Clint could find his way back to you, I would never have consented to marry him. But seeing how hard he tried to find his way back to you, it made me love him all the more. He was so determined, and I thought if only someone would care for me in that... I beg your pardon. I'm speaking words of love for your husband. Please forgive me. Oh, that's all right. It's very hard not to love Clint. And now I see exactly why he found it impossible not to love you and why he wanted to share his life with you. I can hardly imagine what you must think of me, carrying on in such a brazen fashion. I have nothing but the highest respect and love for you. I realize it sounds a bit strange since we've only just met. But you know, in a way, I've known you all my life. After all, you are my great-grandmother. Clint has explained that to me. But I do not see how that could be possible. Because, you see, I am afraid that I shall be spending the rest of my days quite alone. But that's just the point, you see. You don't have to. You can find love and happiness with somebody else. Victoria. May I call you Victoria? Yes, please. Thank you. Victoria, Clint is very fond of an expression garnered, I believe, from Mr. Doubleday's quaint game of baseball, which goes something like, 3 strikes and you are out. When it comes to love, I have 2 strikes against me already. Therefore, I do not intend to take any more chances. There is a stagecoach leaving for St. Louis today. I hope. And I shall be on it. If I am fortunate, then my teaching position will still be available to me. And if not, I'm quite certain there are many other schools that will be in need of my services. No, you can't go to St. Louis. I mean, that is really not what destiny has in store for you. Now, there is that word again, destiny. My dear girl, we make our own destiny, and I am afraid that mine is in St. Louis. Look, Miss Fletcher, Ginny, please. Clint and I can go back to the future, but only after we help you set your life straight here in Buchanan City. Now I know with certainty that you are indeed Clint's wife. You, as well as he, have a penchant for keeping me here in this town. But that's because here we can get you back together again with Randolph Lord. Clint has already attempted that, with disastrous results. Besides, Randolph is miles away, and I'm quite certain that he no longer cares for me. But if he does, and if we can get him here, wouldn't you at least agree to let Clint and me find a way to get you to see him again? To what end? Oh, marriage, of course. Really, Victoria, you amaze me. How can you possibly speak of marriage? Randolph and I have not spoken one word to each other since our days in San Francisco. Well, you can just leave that part of it to us. All you really have to do is go along with our plan. Plan? I should have known. Clint is quite fond of plans. Manipulating other people's emotions is not proper.
I never meant to hurt you.
I do realize that. You are too fine a man to ever intentionally cause pain to anyone. However, and unfortunately, sometimes pain is inevitable, especially in matters of the heart.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If I had thought that there was the slightest chance of my ever getting back home, I wouldn't have asked you to marry me.
How very strange. I just said the exact same thing to Victoria. But be that as it may, Providence has seen fit to reunite you with your wife. And therefore I must resolve myself to putting all this behind me and going on with my life.
Just don't close yourself off from the rest of the world again. Ginny, you're a warm and loving woman. And there's absolutely no reason for you to live your life alone.
Please, Clint. I truly am perfectly capable of taking care of myself and doing what is right for me.
Ginny, listen to me. Virginia Fletcher and Randolph Lord are destined for each other. Really, you're going to get married, you're going to have lots of children, you're going to live a long and happy life together. Isn't that what you want?
More than anything. But not by tricking Randolph into it.
All I'm asking is that you talk to him. Ginny, it's your one chance for happiness.
What would you have me do? Would you have me saddle up your Maisie and ride out into the sunset looking for him?
Well, you don't have to do that. I mean, he's right here in Buchanan City.
What? Where?
He's in jail.
In jail? Randolph? Oh, whatever for?
Well, it was only the way I could figure to keep him in one place long enough for you to get a chance to talk to him.
This is outrageous. You cannot put a man of Randolph's position and sensibilities in jail. You must do something about this immediately.
Well, why don't you go talk to him?
Me?
Yeah.
Good heavens, what would I say to him?
Well, for one thing, you could get him out of jail.
Oh, I see. This is all a part of your plan, is it?
Sorta.
I will have no part of this.
Ginny, listen to me. You're our only hope. Viki and I can't go back home until we set things right here. Now, I know this sounds a little crazy, but if you'll go along with this, I guarantee you'll have all the love and happiness you can handle. Just trust me. Trust me. You've got everything to gain, and I promise you, no one will get hurt.
How do I know that this little scheme of yours will work?
You want proof? I'll get you proof. Viki, will you come in here a minute, please? This is all the proof you should need.